Welcome to Cozy Bedtime Stories. Are you ready to immerse yourself for the magic that's about to unfold? Let's dive straight into this magical story of Evelyn. The Moonlit Library. Chapter 1. The Mysterious Letter. On a quiet autumn night, Evelyn sat by her window, watching the silvery moonlight cascade over the sleepy town of Willowbrook. The wind rustled the golden leaves, carrying whispers of secrets untold. As she reached for her favorite book, she noticed an envelope resting on her desk. It hadn't been there earlier. The envelope was pale blue, sealed with wax in the shape of a crescent moon. Inside, she found a single note. Dear Evelyn, the Moonlit Library awaits you at midnight. Follow the path where shadows meet the stars. Bring your heart, for that's the only key. Sincerely, a keeper of tales. Evelyn's heart raced with curiosity. Who had sent this letter? And what was the Moonlit Library? Without a second thought, she wrapped herself in a woolen shawl and ventured into the cool, moonlit night. Chapter 2. The Path of Shadows and Stars. The streets were eerily quiet as Evelyn followed the cryptic instructions. She walked through the park, where the shadows of trees danced under the moonlight. Ahead, a faint shimmer caught her eye, a path of glowing silver stones that hadn't been there before. The stones led her to the edge of the forest, where a mist hovered just above the ground. As she stepped onto the path, a soft, melodic hum filled the air, as if the stars themselves were singing. "I must be dreaming," she whispered. But the cool breeze on her face and the crunch of leaves beneath her feet told her otherwise. Chapter 3. The Library's Door. At the heart of the forest stood a grand oak tree, its branches adorned with twinkling lights that looked like tiny stars. Beneath the tree was a door carved directly into the trunk, its surface etched with ancient symbols that glowed faintly. Evelyn reached out hesitantly and traced one of the symbols with her finger. The door creaked open, revealing a spiral staircase that seemed to descend into the earth. A warm, golden light spilled out, inviting her inside. Taking a deep breath, Evelyn stepped through. Chapter 4. The Infinite Shelves. The staircase led to a vast underground chamber unlike anything Evelyn had ever seen. Shelves of books stretched infinitely in every direction, their spines glowing faintly with hues of gold, silver, and sapphire. A gentle breeze carried the scent of aged parchment and lavender. At the center of the room stood a circular desk, where an elderly man with spectacles perched on his nose was scribbling into a thick, leather-bound book. He looked up as she approached and smiled warmly. "Ah, Evelyn, we've been expecting you," he said, his voice deep and soothing. "Who are you?" she asked. "I'm the Keeper of Tales," he replied. "And this is the Moonlit Library, where the stories of all lives, past, present, and future, are written and preserved." Chapter 5. The Book of Evelyn. The keeper gestured for her to sit at the desk. He handed her a book with her name engraved on the cover. "This is your story," he said. "Every moment you've lived, every choice you've made, is written here. But tonight, you have the rare opportunity to glimpse the unwritten pages, your future. Evelyn hesitated, her fingers brushing the book's soft leather cover. Why me? The library chooses those who are at a crossroads, the keeper explained. The future isn't fixed, Evelyn. The choices you make tonight will shape what's to come. Chapter 6. The Memory Room. Before she could open the book, the keeper led her to another section of the library. This room was lined with crystal orbs, each one swirling with colors and images. These are your memories, he said. Some you cherish, others you've forgotten. Take a moment to explore. They hold the key to understanding your path forward. Evelyn picked up an orb that glowed softly. Instantly, she was transported to a memory of her childhood, sitting under the stars with her grandmother. Remember, Evelyn, her grandmother had said, the stars always guide those who dare to dream. The memory filled her with warmth, but also a pang of sadness. She missed her grandmother terribly. Chapter 7. The Door of Possibilities. The keeper led her to a large arched doorway made of silver and gold. This is the door of possibilities, he explained. Through it, you'll see glimpses of what your life could become based on the choices you make. As Evelyn stepped through, she found herself in a series of dreamlike scenes. In one, she was traveling the world, writing books inspired by the stories she'd heard. In another, she was running a cozy bookshop in Willowbrook, bringing people together with tales and tea. In a third, she was teaching children, inspiring them to create stories of their own. Each vision tugged at her heart, offering a different kind of fulfillment. Chapter 8. The Lantern of Guidance. The keeper handed Evelyn a small lantern that glowed with a steady light. This lantern represents your intuition, he said. It will guide you toward the path that aligns with your heart. As Evelyn walked back through the library, the lantern's light grew brighter near certain books. She pulled one from the shelf and opened it. The words seemed to leap off the page, resonating deeply with her dreams and desires. This is the path I want to take, she whispered. Chapter 9. The Farewell Gift. Before she left, the keeper handed her a small silver key. This key will always bring you back to the library, should you ever need its guidance again, he said. Evelyn tucked the key into her pocket, feeling a sense of peace she hadn't known in years. Thank you, she said. For everything. The keeper nodded. Remember, Evelyn, the power to shape your story has always been within you. Chapter 10. A New Chapter. When Evelyn stepped out of the library, she found herself back in her room, the letter still on her desk. But everything felt different. The moonlight seemed brighter, the autumn air crisper, and her heart lighter. She knew now what she wanted: to live her life boldly, to embrace her dreams, and to trust the stars to guide her. And so, with the key in her pocket and the moonlight illuminating her path, Evelyn began writing the next chapter of her story, one filled with magic, wonder, and endless possibilities.